Hey folks, today is Friday, March 20th, 2020. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about the video game news that has been going on this week. And it's been a busy week for gaming news, but it's also been a pretty busy week for not gaming news. I'm doing the Friday show here alone. No bits, no goose, no guys here. It kind of feels like the old days when we first started the channel. But we're keeping everybody separate, you know, not getting anyone sick from anything here and not contributing to the statistics. It's kind of our goal here. It's kind of a goal for a lot of people out there if they can do it. Of course, I feel like anything we're going to do to prevent the spread of coronavirus, we're going to do it. So that's what we can do. We're going to keep giving you guys content, though, if you didn't see me post that on social media. Full speed ahead on regular videos. Just wanted to say, though, take care of yourselves out there. Mentally, physically, your family, your friends, your relatives. Maybe listen to the experts on this one and just be careful out there, all right? But let's talk about the video game news, because there's a lot. There's so much. We finally got a bunch of good PlayStation 5 news after weeks and weeks of seemingly just talking about Xbox. But, of course, Xbox also gave us news this week. Let's break down the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, because we got spec dumps from both of them this week. Just real quick, because a lot of it is just really complicated. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your butts. I'm not an expert. But earlier in the week, we did get an info dump from Xbox themselves. Also, shout out to Austin Evans, who did some really good videos from it. He actually was able to kind of assemble the thing, and it's really interesting to see how the Series X is made. I love those guys. But anyway, here are the specs right here on screen for the Xbox Series X, some of which we've known already, but these are all the main things. 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM, a 1 terabyte custom NVMe SSD, which is pretty sweet, 4K UHD Blu-ray Drive. The target performance is 4K at 60 FPS. The GPU is a custom RDNA 2 with 12 teraflops, 52 compute units. And it's going to have expandable storage, proprietary storage, Xbox partnered storage of a 1 terabyte expansion memory card slot thing that goes into the back of the computer, which is kind of cool and novel of a feature, but also sucks that you have to buy their stuff. We'll get more onto that in a little bit. But on the PlayStation 5 side, we also got a video presentation, which was kind of a weird one. It was definitely a GDC presentation that they then repackaged for this. And for the main consumer, a lot of people were expecting some razzle-dazzle. This was hardcore development talk by Mark Cerny himself, good old Uncle Dana Carvey. That's not funny. Nobody's going to even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he went way deep into it, but the main takeaways are another 16 gigabytes of RAM for this thing, a 4K Blu-ray drive, a GPU that is 10.28 teraflops at 36 compute units. We'll get to that in a second. An 825 gigabyte custom proprietary SSD, 4K UHD Blu-ray drive, things like that. Very much similar kind of specs to the Xbox. A lot of people are saying that the Xbox does have the higher GPU numbers, but PlayStation did go into detail explaining some of their research and development and just how they're doing things internally in the machine itself. Some of the math behind it makes it more powerful, more efficient than its numbers may suggest, which is interesting. Again, I'm not super smart. On the freedom side, you are going to be able to choose from a select number of M2 SSDs to expand your system with, so there's a little more freedom there than buying an Xbox memory card. Also, some other interesting takeaways that at least, make it stand out from Xbox, a focus on 3D audio, new development of that, and it seems like they are really doubling down on the SSD technology. They talked about throughput, they talked about data transfer rates, and I think both companies are definitely working on the memory thing, and I think it's going to be a game changer for a lot of reasons. I do want to mention this here. PurePlayStation.com kind of gathered some developer reactions to the PlayStation 5 SSD tech and what it means for them and how it could potentially give them a leg up in development. Oh, and according to Sony, the PS5 SSD is 100 times faster than the PS4 Pro's hard drive. Like I said, some of the reactions, James Cooper on Twitter said the PS5 SSD means developers can worry a little less about level streaming and memory micromanagement, which is a huge time sink. This might actually help reduce crunch. Anthony Newman on Twitter says the SSD in the PS5 is going to fundamentally change how we design video games by removing limitations we've been working around in the last 2 gens. I also want to be fair to Xbox as well. They're not just not sitting around rethinking this type of stuff. They have the Xbox Velocity architecture that they've talked about. This is the new architecture for Series X to, as they say, unlock never before seen console development changes. It has to do with the NVMe SSD, the hardware compression, API storage, and sampler feedback streaming to all kind of work together and improve load times. Basically, I think the main takeaway is that game development in the future can be more exciting because now the ground level, the base, not PC, but like the base for consoles is going to be kick-ass SSDs where developers don't have to worry about, like they said, like some of these developers said, micromanaging how things stream out, how things are stored. Now stuff can just be a little bit more liberating. I'm excited to see what can actually come of that if they quickly learn to take advantage of that. Also, it is so hard to make that stuff interesting. Jesus Christ. There are little differences, between the specs, the presentation, the announcements, stuff like that. So I'm curious to hear from you guys out there. I think some of you guys still may have horses in this race from like one company or the other, or just a PC person making fun of everyone. I do want to know what you're thinking, genuinely, because either way, I'm like, I don't know. I have a nice PC, and also I do this for my job, so I'm gonna have both. They both sound pretty good to me, but let me know what you guys think. Now let's talk about something a little weird and sexy and exciting, and that is an Insomniac Spider-Man sequel. We've known that Spider-Man PS4 was a success. We know that Insomniac has expressed interest in pursuing it further, and now we have this complete leak, rumor, 100% rumor, dude. Take it with a grain of salt. It was literally made with a throwaway Reddit account, but I thought it was just fun to talk about, something to bring up, something to lighten the mood this week, Let's talk about Spider-Man. I feel like I say that every day. That's what I say in bed. Oh, what? I can't make jokes with anyone here. There's no one here. I have no one to bounce off of. I'm bombing hard. What are you looking at? According to this random-ass rumor, it's going to have Venom and Carnage in it. Venom, of course, is not going to be Eddie Brock, but Eddie Brock will be in the game. As far as who Venom is, I'm still not going to spoil it for some of you guys out there who maybe still didn't finish the game. I'm cool. I'm a good guy like that. I don't know. I like Spider-Man. Apparently, it's coming late 2021, which makes me go, PS5 Spider-Man, yeah. Apparently, Queens and Brooklyn will be added to the play environment, which is cool. Also, Miles Morales will once again return as like a secondary playable character story beat thing. Apparently Mysterio is in the game, which is cool. There's apparently going to be like a web chain mechanic that we've actually seen already done in other Spider-Man games in different effects, which I'm curious to see if that either helps this rumor or hurts this rumor. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Apparently the web swinging itself is overhauled now that they had the time to give it more animations, different stuff like that. Apparently there are going to be multiple control options for it, which that's my favorite aspect of the game, so I'm excited for that. Apparently Oscorp is involved, and the story sounds pretty interesting. There's a bit more out there, but just in case it does actually turn out to be real, I don't want to go too deep into it. But of course, all this stuff, whether it's true or just complete bullshit, it's all linked in the description below if you want to read up. Let's move on over to some stuff that you should get caught up on this week in case you missed it. All this is linked as well, some videos and stuff like that. The first is new content for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Sorry if I don't sound excited for it. I'm just kind of over it, but it's called Deep State, and at the end of it, what did I tease? Of course, Sam Fisher, Splinter Cell. Guys, come on! You're killing me, dude. Alright, I know last week I literally said that I thought it was kind of cool that they were putting Thick Boy Prince of Persia in For Honor, but Splinter Cell is different. Don't keep messing with me, Ubisoft. This is messed up. We've also got a cool new video on a new Overwatch hero. That is Echo. The origin story trailer is really cool. I love the way they make these things. Control is getting the Foundation DLC. This launches first on PS4, March 26th. There's also going to be a free update giving you little things here like quality of life changes, map visuals, shield rush upgraded, which I'm excited to see all of this because I love Control. Also, as of right now, there is a Resident Evil 3 demo available on PS4, Xbox One, and Steam. We played it. It's awesome. I love Resident Evil, so go check that out. Also, as of today, both Doom and Animal Crossing are out. I've played through Doom Eternal. It's amazing. It's probably one of my favorite first-person shooters ever. I highly recommend it. It's got a couple weird story things, but the gameplay is top-notch. The presentation is amazing. If you can play it on PC with a keyboard and mouse, I highly, highly recommend that. I'm never like that, but the game is just so much fun. Regardless where you play it, go. Also, for Animal Crossing, we are going to be working on that over the weekend, and we'll have a Before You Buy up very soon, so keep your eye out for that. I'm so tired. Also, if you're looking for some good reading while maybe you're quarantined, Birth Movies Death, the website, we're moving out over to the movie world. They got their hands on the Bioshock movie script that never happened. Apparently, it was minutes behind actually being produced and made. Gore Verbinski was signed on to direct, and the author breaks down the script here, and it sounds pretty great. It sounds really faithful to Bioshock. It sounds very gory, very scary, and I just really wish that was a thing. Check it out. It's all linked in the description down below. Also, if you're looking for some bright spots, I know everything has been canceled from like E3 to other conventions, GDC being one of the first ones to go. We now have official word that GDC, the Games Developers Conference, is rescheduled, but in a smaller scale. It is coming back this summer, depending on if things get worse. It's going to be called GDC Summer, and it's running August 4th through 6th, and it's going to be smaller with more developer talks hosted that are more fireside chats. So I don't know if you can expect a ton of video game news to come out of it, but just in terms of things being on the horizon, things being rescheduled, I thought it was interesting to bring up. But I do also want to point out, to just give you guys a little bit of spot of bright sunshine for you, we do have some free video games and stuff like that, some stuff to play, maybe to keep you busy, maybe you're holed up, maybe unfortunately you're not working right now, maybe you're not at school, whatever you got going on, there are people working to give you some free stuff. First of all, Google Stadia is on sale for $100. That's, of course, I'm sorry, no one cares. The big thing is the Steam Game Festival has returned, announced by good old Uncle Jeff Keighley. You're able to try 40 upcoming, smaller, more independent games for free. A lot of these were going to be shown at GDC. So if you're looking to get your hands on new game experiences, alternative experiences, experimental stuff, bigger and smaller, this is a good way to pass some time, have some fun, maybe find a new game community, a little development community, and provide some feedback. And also, good old games, GOG.com, GOG, they are giving away a bunch of free games right now. 27 free games. A lot of these are kind of older, weirder games, but maybe to widen your palette, there's stuff like the old Ultima games, the original Postal. Also, you can get Gwent on there for free. So hopefully you guys find something good, something you can get your hands on, something you can play. Video games are there for us right now, and I'm thankful for that, at least. But of course, we're still going to do a console giveaway. You know how this goes down by now. There's a link in the description below. You click it to sign up. You enter once, then you're entered for good. And then every single week, we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. And if you're watching on Facebook, we're going to try and put the link somewhere. I've heard some of you guys. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it easily accessible. But the winner this week is going to be this person right here. Congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox, your spam box, stuff like that, because we're going to be reaching out to you to find out how to send you your free stuff. But now, before we go, I want to talk about everything going on this week. First of all, of course, it is Happy Doom Eternal Animal Crossing Day. Which one are you going to be picking up and why? I think it's great right now is that there's a game releasing for 2 different communities, and it's even harder when you love both of those games. But yeah, what are you going to be playing this weekend? Are you going to be playing some of the free stuff picked up that I mentioned? Also, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Hope you're doing well. Of the PlayStation 5, Xbox stuff, what do you find more interesting? What's more intriguing to you as a player, or are you just laughing on your PC right now? Also, Spider-Man 2, does that sound too good to be true? Does that sound good? I think it sounds pretty reasonable, but also it could just be total BS. Whatever, let's talk about anything gaming news down in the comments. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. If you want anything more or you want to yell at me directly, because sometimes the comments here get crazy, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino if you haven't already. I've been trying to lighten the mood. I'm going to be hanging out, putting more content up in random places, maybe my other channel. I'm going to try and do some giveaways and stuff and just kind of have a good time, so consider stopping by. But if you stopped by today, thank you so much, because this is like our favorite video to make throughout the week. Clicking the like button does actually help us out. We appreciate that. And if you're new, consider subscribing, maybe hitting that notification bell, because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. If you can get it, definitely support your local pizza place establishment. Small businesses need your money now more than ever. And also, be nice to people that work at grocery stores and stuff like that. They're giving it their best shot. Just good luck and be safe out there. See you guys.